so free because you love this land and you're my brother. That ain't where you know your stand. If you say you can't breathe, I'll show you we can. Ain't never gonna stop believing. We were born for freedom. We were born for freedom.
How did I just mute myself again? It's payday, y'all. It's payday. Yes, he is savage. He is a savage. And today I'm going to bring you another savage. Can't say that, I've only met him once. I can't say that he's a real life friend. But I can say I'm very lucky to have been on his show, and it was really cool meeting him in Vegas. He did a comedy show November, I think it was November of 2020, and it was at the Plaza Hotel, which is one of my favorite hotels in Vegas. It used to be one of the shittiest ones on Fremont Street, and now it has been remodeled, and it is my favorite hotel in Vegas. Like my favorite of the cheap Fremont hotels. I love the Downtown Grand. The D is okay. The pool at the Golden Nugget is amazing. But the Plaza Hotel, that's my shit. That's my shit. It's very swanky, old Vegas. It's kind of like the Cromwell. Cromwell's really, really nice as well. But that's on the Strip. Anyhow, so I did get to meet Nick, and he was like making jokes about me being a prostitute because I was really pretty. But it was so cool to meet him. It was so cool to meet him. I hope to cross paths with him one day again in the future. We got Detox in the house. Thank you for being here, Detox. Appreciate having you here. Let me just a little housekeeping. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at RedPillTV1, Twitter, Rage RedPill. It's switched. TikTok is not RedPill Rage. Gab and Rumble is RedPill Rage. And if you'd like to send me an email, I am redpill_rage at protonmail.com. I encourage you guys to go back and listen to last night's live stream. Something real crazy happened. Now, Falcon, if you're out there, if you can hear me, I haven't gotten your email yet. Make sure you email me so we can talk about my dad and your experience, and maybe I can get to know you a little bit as well. If you guys want to see what happened, go back and watch last night's live stream. In fact, Clue, if you're still in here, hey, Katie. Clue, if you're still in here, can you post the link to last night's live stream in this chat? I know you have a wrench, so you should be. I think you might even be able to pin it. I can't do it through StreamYard, but if you can do that for me. Yeah, dude, last night's chat was like, we got to watch Matt Getz bulldoze a few people. And then something also military related happened. I hope this guy, I hope everything was legit. I mean, there's literally no way. No, there's no way. There's no way that person, Falcon, could have all of those receipts and then me have my father's graduation certificate as well as the photo. Like, there's no way. That's I mean, and unless he was a Fed, I mean, there's no way any random person would know any of that. I mean, I do talk about being an Air Force brat, but during those particular years at the same Air Force base I was born and in the same training program, unless he's a Fed, there's no way. There's no way anyone from Twitter would know anything like that. It's crazy, but it was cool. Anyway, I do hope Falcon comes back and or he sends me that email. Anyway, so let's get started. Before we get started, we do have a fundraiser going on right now. We're running it until Tuesday of next week. Today is Friday. Promised you a morning stream. I'll promise you a payday thirst trap, but that's not going to be later tonight. I have a interview with a veteran that I have to get done, and then after that, I will live stream. I don't know what time it'll be, probably like 9 or 10 tonight, which is usually when more people are on anyway. Make sure you are donating. Okay, I didn't get any donations in yesterday. Oh no, I got one donation in yesterday. So overall, I would like to thank Skip, Clue, Lawrence, Angry Snowman, Zach from Fight for Patriotism, formerly the Patriot Brothers, Steven, Sasha, AZJ, Big Spender. Here's a sleigh for AZJ. AZJ, Big Spender, appreciate that. Lazary, Lioness, and Mama Tina. Okay, we have a pledge for someone else's payday next week of $5, so thank you in advance for that, Terry. We have 3 pledges that are out. One is from LJ Walter, the other one Jason Fields, and the other one Marlon. I need you guys to get your pledges in. I also have 3 people on Instagram who said they would pledge, but they haven't done it yet. So I will be following up with them today. Today is payday. Let's get that in. Thank you. You can't pin it? Okay, that's fine. Thank you for posting it anyway. That last night was fire. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. When he said that shit, I was like, damn, he's savage. Brutal. Total pit bull. Katie, if it is possible, I would like a donation from you. Smelly Finger, if it's possible, I would like a donation from you. Democratic Detox, you donated last time. It would be great if you could donate again this time. I would so appreciate that for Zach's wife and children. I would so appreciate that. Last time, Detox used Cash App. Okay, it's fine. Use Cash App. Use the website. The Cash App is $Zach with a CH is innocent. The website is www.defendzach.com. Again, Zach is spelled with a CH. It's down below, and it's going to run for the whole thing. Anyway, without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys to the most vulgar conservative comedian in our movement. He's vulgar. Like, he's bad. Like, the things he even said about me and the girls were like way out of line, but it's all in fun and it's all in jest. And I really like Nick DiPaulo. So let's get into it.
version of my show. I don't love the idea of even putting it out like this, but I'm going to use YouTube to stay in touch with you guys from now on. That means this version is missing all the stories about coronavirus, insurrection, your Second Amendment rights, and more. All of these, of course, are usually my most honest, brutal, and important stories. Anyway, you can get the entire unfiltered and uncensored show for free by going to thecomicsgym.com or nickdip.com. It's still free on both of these sites, too. And if you want extra content each day, join at patreon.com or thecomicsgym.com for the daily encore show. Also, while you're on these sites, please make a contribution to keep this show free and check out my tour dates. I'll be in Phoenix, Raleigh, New York, and Texas in the up-and-coming months. Remember, you guys keep thinking it. I'll keep saying it, and please enjoy, and please share today's episode. Talk to you soon.
For your consideration for Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Gilbert Godfrey in 12 Years a Slave.
Holy shit, I'm a fucking slave!
Oh, yeah. How are you, folks? Final week, final day of the week. What about final month of the summer? And we're here. Good night, everybody. Good to be with you on a Thursday. That was a quick tribute to the very funny Gilbert Gottfried, who's really a funny. Somebody sent me a clip. Jesus Christ. How much whiskey did you put in? I don't know if it was the name of one of his specials, but the clip was Hitler had a grandson. So you go on YouTube and watch that. It's about 7.5 minutes of Gilbert Gottfried doing the darkest shit. Must have been from the Nasty Show in Montreal. Oh my God. And that was Steven Crowder, by the way. That wasn't Gilbert doing the, oh my God, I'm a slave. Steven Crowder, that might be the best impression I've ever heard in person. That wasn't quick enough to appreciate it. It's scary how good he does. Yeah, good old Gilbert. Like I said, he was a dick to me on the Nick and Artie show, but there were other times he was fine with me. I think he might have been mad that Artie didn't show up or whatever. But 67. You could tell, though, he wasn't the healthy. He always made jokes about himself. Didn't look like the healthiest guy. And he was known for, do you know what he was known for? And this is no bullshit. Even after he became famous and had plenty of money, he'd always steal these sweet and lows and the shit from the hotels and the soap. Even oh, just an odd duck, which makes for a funny duck. Real quick, I just went over the headlines in the post. Nothing big breaking, but there was a couple interesting ones. I guess some woman went into a gas station, and I didn't get to read the article, but like somebody had kidnapped her and shit. And she did some TikTok thing. She held her hand up like that. You know, I guess you put your thumb in, you go like that, and it means you're in trouble. And she did that to the woman at the register, hoping and she knew it. The register woman knew it and did it back. And she went, and I didn't read the rest of the story. I thought I'd tease it. Read it yourself. What am I, a slave? I'm a slave. That's pretty, that'll be, you know what that is? We don't need good news from TikTok. We have to get rid of it. Now people are going to sign up. It can save my kid's life. Right now it's ruining it. You know what the other thing about TikTok, China cut off all outside information to Russia while the war's going on. And then I can't remember, it sent them stuff like backing them. They were disseminating information, blocking some, disseminating other positive stuff to Russia, I guess. So you could conclude that they're back in Russia in a way. China and Russia getting together. How can't this be World War III? Right? I mean, that crazy guy they caught, I'm getting to that right now. Frank James actually said that in one of his YouTube posts. It is World War III. Even a violent, hateful black guy can be right once in a while. Am I right, Cory Booker? You've never been right. Shut your fucking hole. All right. Violent colored guy apprehended. Who writes this shit? I mean, it actually said Negro. I can't believe the producers, Kevin and Tom, over there, putting that shit up like that. You trying to get me in trouble? On Wednesday, I'll go through this quick. You guys probably already know this. Such an interesting story. But again, I'm obligated to keep you people informed in case he breaks out and flies to your town. On Wednesday, subway gunman suspect Frank James arrested. He was arrested walking around the East Village in Lower Manhattan. He didn't even try to hide, folks. You understand? James was taken into custody on Wednesday on First Avenue between 7th and 8th Street. No, right where it is. After a bystander recognized him and called the police. His arrest comes a day after allegedly shooting 10 people, and I think he wounded 19 more for like a total of 29. 5 of them critical, I heard. On a packed Brooklyn train, James has been charged with carrying out a terrorist attack. Hey, Joe, take a look at this. Study this, Joe. This is a terror attack, and it's a black terror attack.
Been
a
charged.
Black nationalist, Joe. Again, Joe, that's a black guy. And Sacramento, I think, was a black guy last week. So again, you're finished anyways. You're fucking finished.
As Clue says, the niggotry of it all, the pure niggotry of it all, the niggotry.
I'm just saying, this is why people hate you and your false narrative. White supremacy doesn't even fucking exist. If it did, we would have been in a war after Ferguson, or maybe even before that. Anyhow, back to the show. He'd been wandering around the village. He was charged with carrying out a terrorist attack on mass transit. Who gives a fuck where? He was at a pizza parlor. Let it slide. Have you had their pepperoni? Dog shit. At a presser on Wednesday, NYPD Chief of Detectives James Essig said that the 62-year-old who had 6 arrests in New York was known to us. Police said James' rap sheet included 2 sex crimes charges and 4 possession of burglary tool charges in New York between 92 and 98. In New Jersey, he was charged with trespassing in 91, larceny in 92, disorderly conduct in 2007. Once again, I'll say it, 3 strikes and you're out. You should be fucking put away for at least 15. Honest to God, you fucks. It's that easy. James was taken into custody on Wednesday on First Avenue between 7th and 8th. And I'm reading the article as it was written. They repeat shit they already told you. After a bystander recognized him and called the police. His arrest on Wednesday brought an end to an embarrassing, fruitless, day-long manhunt by the NYPD. And I don't like to pick on the NYPD because they risk their neck every day. You already, for years, Al Sharpton and the rest of the race baiters have shit on them. And you saw how bad it got in the last couple of years. They were responsible for everything. Rocks being thrown at. So they still put their neck on line. So shut the fuck up. But it's a good question. I don't know how this guy wandered around right under their nose. After allegedly shooting 33 shots on the northbound N train at 8:24 a.m. from his 9mm, James ran across the platform with other terrified commuters and got onto a northbound R train. He got off at the R train at the 25th Street in Brooklyn. On Wednesday morning, he got on the train again. Where did he stay? At his cousin's? At 9:15 a.m. in Park Slope and traveled into Manhattan right under the noses of doubled number of cops on trains. How does that happen? How does that fuck? Again, I don't want to pick on the cops, but It wasn't until Zach Tahan, a 21-year-old from New Jersey, who was fixing, ironically, a store security camera in the East Village, spotted James on First Avenue, and then he was arrested. This kid, I read a couple different versions. Apparently, he chased the guy down and tackled him. That's what one eyewitness said. But here he is talking about it.
Hi, how are you? What is your name?
I'm good. My name is Zach. I was working inside that store, and I was doing security cameras inside. And I see the guy, he walking from the screen. I see him from the cameras. So I thought, oh, shit, this guy. Let me call the police. And I call him, and we catch him.
Zach, you are a hero. Thank you so much.
No problem.
We
try
thank you.
to make the people safe always, because the people is nice. The life is nice, you know?
Thank you, Zach.
You hear that? Life is nice. Now, I know, look, for a lot of you that live in the Midwest and hear that, you're like, Jesus Christ, it's typical New York. Black maniac, guy I can't even understand says, guys like this is what New York's about. And there's more of them than bad guys, even now, by the way. But you see how happy he was? And he says, last thing, life is nice. Probably came from a shithole. Although I couldn't tell you that accent, where it's from. Dallas, you're an expert. What was that?
Definitely somewhere Middle Eastern.
It is Middle
Bloc,
Eastern.
yep.
That's what I thought. Dallas knows he has a duplex in Tehran.
Yeah, it's pretty low right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the weird thing. A call came into Crime Stoppers. The guy says, I think you're looking for me. I'm seeing my picture all over the news. I'll be around this McDonald's. I want to clear things up. It was a misunderstanding. I didn't see the no parking sign in. Law enforcement sources told the Post of the bizarre moment. Frank James called the cops on himself.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind.
No, not
There's
there.
something wrong with his mind.
So the unit responds, and he's not at the McDonald's. So they start driving around and see a man who fits the description. When they take him into custody, they find his Wisconsin driver's license. Oh, my God.
Don't you move, you motherfucker. I'll blow your brains out.
A couple of eagle-eyed New Yorkers also flagged down a pair of cops after they spotted James sauntering around the East Village, where he briefly sat down at an outdoor. Yeah, they don't have any doors anymore. Those are outdoor dining shed. Shed? The fuck, you sitting next to a snowblower having a sandwich? And charged his phone at a linked New York City hub. The NYPD swooped in shortly after and put handcuffs on. Can you, I'm not getting this. Are you? No. I thought the kid, one eyewitness woman said he chased him, tackled him.
Yeah, it's not adding up.
I'm getting two stories here. Then this says he called in him. Again, does it make you wonder? Again, not to be cynical, maybe I'm just reading it wrong. But again, and for you fans of mine out there who are going, that's fake blood. There's a woman pouring blood. You don't see You got no proof either. It's fucking your point of view versus mine. I got to believe if you go to New York and when you see the victims in the hospital and shit, is that a continuation? Yes, I brought up false flag, but I didn't say it was definitely. You guys talk like you fucking.
Or that it was that extreme. It could still be a false flag and he actually go in and shoot people. It doesn't have to be all fake.
Oh, absolutely. You know? No, they do kill people when they do a false flag sometimes. But I read a couple of emails. Didn't you see the lady dumping blood on the fucking what? Folks, again, you have as much proof as I do. And when they're interviewing people in the hospital 2 weeks from now, you're going to tell me it's still part of the act? What do they have, casting calls? Can you act like a Puerto Rican woman shot in the stomach? Ay, caramba. You got it. Anyways, I love you folks, but don't get too fucking cocky like you know more than I do. I could call New York right now. Hey, Colin Quinn, go up to Precinct 9. Park Slope, he fucking lived there. Anyways, at a press conference on Wednesday, Mayor Adams, what a useless piece of cheese this fuckface is. Look at him. He looks like a healthy Al Sharpton. What I said was, Miss O'Reilly, the black people, the progressives don't understand about it. Mayor Adams, who was in quarantine, how'd it go? You couldn't put a out there. Again, that's odd. It's odd that he's in quarantine. The cameras weren't working. We're getting two different stories. Maybe you're right about the fake blood. If you are, I will send you a one of those 3-foot long Subway sandwiches. Anyways, he's in quarantine with. He said in a video message, "We got him." No, you didn't. Zach got him. I think. I don't know. Sewell also thanked the NYPD detectives and claimed they gave James nowhere to hide. Really? Really? As he wandered the streets right under cops' noses. But both were eviscerated by New York. You can't get anything past New Yorkers, by the way. James was able to evade cops even on the subway this morning, riding from Park Slope into Manhattan at 9:50. You guys understand? He committed a mass shooting on a subway, and not even 12 hours late, he's riding the trains again. 2 days before the mass shooting, he posted another video where he said black people were forced into violence by racism. Wow, there's a new song. This is what white bitches and white motherfuckers expect you to be when you blow one of their fucking brains out. This is what you asked for. This is how you wanted me to be, obviously, he said, pinning it all on white people. It's fucking insane. He was drinking white rum. He finished the whole bottle. And it was like 100 proof. There's another article. He goes, "I'm finishing this, go to bed." He's signing off to his listeners. It's fucking insane. I'm glad they got him, but don't brag how quickly you did it.
How long before Bragg lets him off?
Yeah. Never happened. Not in a million years. Bragg would get shot. Seriously. Go ahead, Bragg. Well, he'll probably give him a fucking, yeah, exactly. Yeah, give him he'll have to work at a car wash and he'll put a thing on his ankle for a week. Oh, yeah. It's a great point. Forgot about, we haven't heard much from him. Is he still employed? Unfortunately. Café y leche con crema is azúcar. That's coffee with cream and sugar. Or azúcar, as we say. Let's go, Red Sox. Put up 9 yesterday. Anyways, one of these senators I can't make my mind up is Ted Cruz. Brilliant guy. Even the libs will tell you. Very, very smart. Dershowitz said he was the best student in his class that he ever had. But again, Teddy Cruz verbally bitch slaps a Yale student. Senator Ted Cruz declined to answer if he would fillet. That's blow a guy. I was told by my life partner, Dave. Fillet another man to end world hunger. Somebody asked him, would you fillet another man to end world hunger? While speaking at Yale University on Monday, look at the guy who's asking the question. Do we have him asking it?
Yeah, video at the end.
Play it now, please. Listen to this fruit cup.
Hello, my name is Evan. Assuming that would end global hunger, would you fillet another man?
Dare I ask him to repeat? Well, actually, so I do have an answer to this. All right, I actually think it is better that the Yaley answer this. You know, there was a line in American Psycho about that Yale thing. I think that's
that could have been sexist. I didn't realize he was referring to the hot blonde. Nobody gave him shit for that. Go ahead.
What our questioner is alluding to. Like a typical left-wing undergraduate, you are engaging in consequentialist ethics. You are attempting to justify flagrantly immoral behavior to achieve a good end. And I tell you, my friend, the ends do not justify the means. Absolutely. Absolutely not.
Good answer.
I am curious with that young fellow, if it would solve world hunger,
good line.
Would you vote for Donald Trump?
Look how serious Ted Cruz is.
It's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
Asking clearly a gay guy, would you blow Donald Trump if it was going to end world hunger? Of course I would. And I'd get a meal. And Cruz visited Yale to record a live episode of his podcast, Verdict, which he hosts with conservative political commentator, that guy there, Michael Knowles. The two address hot topics such as intellectual diversity and the confirmation of Ketanji Brown Jackson. She's a malignant. I'll say that. I'll say it. A question from student named Evan got the crowd going. That was Evan asking the question, being the big girl that he is. Boy, Yale, huh? What a good comeback by Cruz. There must have been, I don't want to say conservatives there, but Michael Knowles got a round of applause with his. So maybe they were speaking to the 11 conservatives that, I don't know. Or they're a bunch of law students who appreciated him saying what he said. Anyhow, thought that was pretty goddamn funny. Tonight. Was up till 2 o'clock watching Evil Lives Here. Again, a show based on the side of the bed my wife sleeps on.
You're bound to be done with that at some point. As much as you fucking watch.
Dude, I know. You don't understand how long it takes me to find ones I didn't want. You know what I mean? I got 1,000 of them. And I'm like, oh, fucking no. Yeah, Bill Patrick, I know what he did to his wife. Oh, this sick fuck drowned his kids. Let me watch this one again. And here's the funny thing: when the guy's a serial, and there's a bunch of these. I did a bit on stage about it. When it's a guy, a serial killer, like a trucker killing hookers, I just skip that. I go, what's evil about that? It's cleaning up America. or when it's a black serial killer, I go, we've seen their evil. The fuck, you know what I mean? Which shows that I am racist sometimes. But no, I've watched the black one. Actually, the black one was the best one. The black guy was just, they think he was the most prolific serial killer, which I wish Patrice O'Neill was alive. I could call him and go, hey, here's the guy with a record, apparently, for serial killing. Put a hole in your theory. But God, it's fucking, but here's the other thing. Again, I taught you guys how to watch TV. I almost can't watch it anymore because it opens. Every show opens to let you know it's a Christian. Like last night was a guy just talking like he was reading out of the Bible. You know what I mean? It'll open on excuse me, on a crucifix a woman's wearing, and it'll pull back. It's so obvious. I just want to meet the guys, the people who created the show, and say, you know, we see through your shit, or at least I do. We know you called it Evil Lives Here, and it's all stories about religious, mostly Christians. You understand you're not fooling anybody, right? You do get that we see what you're doing, at least 10 of us do. You call it Evil Lives Here, and 80% of your stories are about Christian people who are serial killers. In other words, you equate evil with Christianity. And I don't know, I sort of think Islam has done more evil shit in the last 1,000 years than Christians have. So make that show and call it fucking Muhammad Lives Here. And don't have a farmhouse when the show opens, have a nice fucking mosque with the roof blown off it. Anyways, yeah, so I have to put the nonsense aside. They just fucking love to equate. And again, that would have been edgy Hollywood in 1958. You understand how behind the times you are? And anyhow, what's the headline? I went past it. Let's see if I can find it here. Cruz.
Abbott.
Abbott.
Biden.
Hey, Abbott. Not bad, fella. You hear that, folks? It's turning into the morning zoo show with my wacky sidekick, fucking Skipper Burgess. This is Abbott gives a gift to Biden. The first bus filled with 24 illegal immigrants from Texas arrived in D.C. Wednesday, 1 week after Governor Greg Abbott, who I'm still on the fence with, which is actually no pun intended. I'm still on the border wall with, vowed to transport migrants in the United States illegally to the nation's capital as the immigration crisis along the southern border grew.
But honestly, the only problem is that there's too many buses coming in to where one bus really isn't going to make a difference. And apparently it's the immigrants have to volunteer, I guess when these, illegal guests, I'm sorry, what do I call them? Undocumented guests. I guess when the undocumented guests of ours arrive, they're given a choice. And it's like, well, don't we give them enough? Why do the buses stop in Texas or stop in Arizona or stop in LA? Why don't we just make them all go to Washington, D.C.? I don't know how it works. I wish, I knew more. I can't fight every fight. I can't research everything. But they all need to go to Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C., if anyone's never been, is very, 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 very small. So what's going to happen is D.C., which is obviously a tourist town, they're going to lose a lot of money, as if they already haven't lost a lot of money because of their stringent COVID restrictions, which I don't know have been lifted. But when I was there 2 years ago, it was fucking bad, dude. It was like ridiculous. Olga, it's funny you should say that, because I've been saying the same thing working in the restaurant industry. I'm like, look, y'all know you never applied for your citizenship, but you're here now and you're working now and you've learned English now and you're driving now. So shouldn't you be mad that these other motherfuckers who are just getting here, see, now not only do you have to compete with American citizens for jobs, you got to compete with the fresh off the boats or the fresh off the buses for jobs as well. And you've already been here 10, 20 years. Y'all should be mad too. Just saying.
Grows worse. Anyways, so he's sending the bus arrived in Washington around 8 a.m., parking blocks away from the United States Capitol in front of building that houses Fox News. That's kind of smart. NBC News and C-SPAN. The 24 migrants exited the bus one by one. It looked like the Yankees getting off the bus in Detroit, except one by one, except for family units that left together, according to Fox News, whose cameras captured the arrival live. Where were the other cameras, the other networks? Oh, they don't want to cover it, huh? Yeah, there you go. And you wonder why Fox, and you still compare Fox to fucking MSNBC. And meanwhile, I think this is an actual Tucker Carlson is getting more Democrats now. The most Democrat out of any cable. That ought to scare the shit out of you people. It's a good sign. Officials cut off wristbands before the migrants were released like feral rats. Oh, my. See, they don't have a right to be. Let's take a look at it.
So if you're just joining us, we've been talking all week about how the governor of Texas said, I've got all these buses and we can't handle all these illegal immigrants. So we are going to offer them free rides to D.C. if they want to get on one of these buses and join their family or go into D.C. and not stay in Texas. This is the first bus that we have seen that is rolling into Washington as we speak. We got word. This is a Fox News exclusive. Our reporter, Bill Malugian, has a source that is giving him this information. And he's a great reporter and told us to have our cameras there. And we did. So we're getting this exclusive video right now of these illegal immigrants that are now going to be living in the Washington, D.C.
Right,
area.
We're going to be paying for it, and I'm sure Joe Biden hopes they become his voters.
I can't wait till one of them molests AOC. She's coming out of a coffee shop at fucking 10 at night. Somebody grabs her fun bags and carves a fucking MS-13 sign in them. I know they're not all like that. Most of them are good people, but that's not the point. They're not supposed to be here. That's the point. And the other point is your fucking president is doing this to our country. Meanwhile, we fucking impeached Trump for making a perfectly good phone call or anything else. You lied about fucking Russia. You lied about Kavanaugh. You fucking lied about Hillary. Meanwhile, nobody impeaches this fuck. That's why it's all a setup. And how is that even? You ever think about that? You ever think about that once, Mike? I'm your kid brother. You're my kid brother. That's the way Pop wanted, not the way I wanted it. I'm smart. I like to say dumb, I'm smart. And I want respect. Fredo, you're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a bus driver. You're not a dentist. You're not a gynecologist. You're not a tree trimmer or a goldfish. I want to know 24 hours in advance when you see a Nick DiPaulo show. To help local officials because communities are being overwhelmed. That's what Greg Abbott said. By hordes of illegal immigrants who are being dropped off by the goddamn Biden administration. Texas is providing charter buses for the illegal immigrants who have been dropped off to Washington, D.C., Abbott said, in announcing the move last week. And Joe Biden looked out the window and saw the buses.
What are we doing? What's going on right now?
You don't know. Fuck, staying back to bed. We are sending them to the United States Capitol, he says, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately, he's saying tongue-in-cheek, address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our. But you do realize, folks, you do realize you will be paying for all the programs they're going to jump on. Do you realize that's one of the plans of Marxists or socialists to bring down a capitalist system? You overload the safety net programs with people from other countries. George Soros wrote the book on it, and then it collapses. You understand that, don't you? But here's my point about them voting Democrat in the future. This place is going to be a third world shithole by the time they load all these people in. It's going to be as bad as the place they came from. They'll be shooting each other. We've already proved we can't get along, right? And they're going to go, what the fuck are we doing here? And they'll vote for Republican. If the Republican Party still exists, it'll probably be a one-party state. Anyways, the Republican governor added something. Anyways. Don't you love this type of news? The Texas Division of Emergency Management, known as TEM, is leading the effort to transport the migrants from federal custody to D.C. Each bus will have the capacity and supplies to transport up to 40 immigrants.
Bye-bye.
Adios. Now, here's my take on that. And it's not just mine. Anybody, I'm sure, who's following it. It's a cute thing to do, right, Governor Abbott? But he's also admitting, you know what I mean? He's also admitting that, yeah, they can go live somewhere, but they can live in this country. You know what I mean? Stop with the theater and fucking line your border with the National Guard and tanks and flamethrowers. And like I said, I know it's a little antiquated, but landmines work nice. We'll have a bunch of people who own lawn care companies with stumps. Stumpy's Lawn Care is here.
Sí, señor. It takes me a little longer now.
Exactly, Mama. Mucha darera. Want to welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, as you know, Black Buffalo, with the same boat as you. Illegals, and I do like them. I look, it is true. Most of them are here to make a living, and they keep using the same number, 11 to 15 million. They've been using that number for at least 10 years now. Experts say 30 to 40 million. You're not going to recognize what Biden's doing and it's going to get worse when they get rid of that Title 42. They're expecting hundreds of thousands. Anyways. Why did I bring that up? I forget. I don't remember. Oh, I woke up today to jackhammering upstairs in my house. We have to, bathroom was built in 1843. And so we're tearing it up, making a nice, modern, beautiful bathroom. And there was a 6-inch, did I mention this? 6-inch concrete floor. Jackhammering. Guy yesterday's jackhammering. Piece of plaster falls because it was shaking the whole, cuts his head up. I'll see you at Farrah and Farrah. What's the one with the two names, same names?
Yes, that's one. Farrah.
No, there's another one. There's only one. Morgan and Morgan?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
I think it's Morgan.
Morgan and Morgan. There's only one. I told you it's my favorite one. There's only one Morgan and Morgan. The guy's lying right to your face. That's a good lawyer. Yeah, exactly. I'll take him. Anyhow, that's what I woke up to. They're hardworking people, most of them. I'm just saying, you don't have a right to be here. Just do it legally, okay? I'm out of here in a few years anyway. Major biting incident. I wonder if it's Joy Behar going after a liver snap. Secret Service agents were outraged last year by the White House's attempt to get this. They could fuck up a cup of coffee. Downplay bite injuries caused by then first dog Major, remember the German Shepherd, even trying to get President Biden to personally pay for a damaged coat. Newly released documents show.
What are we doing? What's going on right now?
I'm shitting on your bed, Joe. Oh, Michelle Obama's back in the White House. Secret Service leaders also sought to keep attack detail. What is this, dog gate? All the shit going on in the world. The Secret Service sought to keep attack details out of official paperwork. At one point, rejecting an agent's excessively detailed account to avoid upsetting the first family. After Major, get this, bit agents on 8 consecutive days. You know, again, it's a repeat offender. You know what I mean? He's got a record as long as his paw, and you let him back in. 8 days in a row he bit someone? You don't think after day 2 you might want to put him down? Look at him, though. I love German Shepherds. I think they're this proud-looking. That's a dog, man. Maybe, you know, maybe the guy, the Secret Serviceman, the dog was biting, probably Jewish. What? You know, German Shepherd. Good night, everybody. I'll be at the Hack Hub on Sunday. The records released in response to a Freedom of Information Act. We call that FOIA. Lawsuit by Judicial Watch. That's Tom Fitton's organization. Show that attacks occurred both earlier and later than previously known. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who I find somehow kind of attractive. I don't know what my problem is. I don't think it's her. I think it's her cold fish attitude. I just think Waspy do anything in the sack. Back to the show. Senate Secretary Jen Psaki
I told you he was vulgar.
One biting incident, and that was her biting Trump's assistant back in at a briefing on March 9th, 2021. This is her lying because we know there were 8 incidents, and she's just bringing up this one.
Champion Major, the president and first lady's dogs, members of the family, are still getting acclimated and accustomed to their new surroundings and new people. And on Monday, the first family's younger dog, Major, was surprised by an unfamiliar person and reacted in a way that resulted in a minor injury to the
The dog was reacting to an unfamiliar, it was probably Biden himself. Hey, where the fuck you been? Napping? Go ahead.
Individual, which was handled by the White House Medical Unit with no further treatment needed. It had been previously planned already for the dogs to be cared for by family friends in Delaware during Dr. Biden's travels to military bases this week. She has a 3-day trip this week.
Real quick,
and
ladies,
the dogs will
Olga,
return to the White House
Callie,
soon.
Karen, if you guys could please make a donation to the fundraiser, that would be great. Screenshot your receipt, crop out any identifying information besides the amount.
That's what I think is
and
sexy
I can get you
about
in for the deliverables. We're having a private stream Prince party.
Liar,
I want to make sure you both are in there for
Why
that.
would that turn you on? I don't know. I like liars.
Thank you.
I don't know. The March 8th bite actually was the final attack in an 8-day streak. And the wounded agent whose injuries were categorized as severe by a colleague fumed about Psaki's spin. No, it didn't surprise me. The dog, he says, no, I didn't surprise the dog doing my job by being redacted, as the press secretary just said now. He says, now I'm pissed. The agent wrote to a coworker. I love it.
Please give me.
No!
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I might start doing that. Just hitting random ones that have nothing to do with the story. Can you imagine, though, they have to cover that up? A dog bites somebody 8 days in a row? 8 days a week. Anyhow, that was terrific. Finally tonight on Blacks Just Don't Listen. Come on, guys. I can't read this shit. I just did. Fans love it, by the way. because it's the fucking truth. But I'll talk to you after the show. Hundreds of protesters gathered outside. Police footage of a black man being shot in the back of the head in a struggle during a traffic stop on April 4th. Of course, the people come out and protest before they have any of the fucking facts. We've gone through this again. I can't take it anymore. I'm moving tonight to Dublin, Ohio. Ireland. What?
Don't you move, you motherfucker. I'll blow your brains out.
Patrick Loya, 26, a native of the Democratic Republic of Congo, welcome to America, was killed by a white officer. Boy, they throw the word white out there. Meanwhile, Frank James, when he first pulled his shit, they said a 5'5" guy, heavy-set male. Couple of stories didn't mention the motherfucker's race. That doesn't endanger the public, does it? Can you fucking imagine? Some did. I think the Post might have mentioned. Some didn't. That is inexcusable, and you can't. There's no way you can rationalize that. Anyways, this guy, as soon as there's a cop, the white officer who had stopped him for driving a car with a license plate that wasn't registered to the vehicle. So that's a good reason to get pissy with a cop. The suspect got out of the car against the officer's commands. He kept asking him to get out. And he got out first, I guess. And the cop was telling him to, and he tried to run away. The video show. He then tried to grab the officer's stun gun in a struggle that lasted about 90 seconds, police said. We have I don't want to show the whole fucking 2 minutes because he was disobeying the cop for the first minute, and then he tried to take off. And because if he gets a hold of the taser, he can tase the cop, grab his gun, and shoot the fucking cop. That's why it's a battle, a life and death struggle right there. Remember the guy in Atlanta in the parking lot of the fast food joint? Fucking, again, nobody wants to see this, but don't blame the fucking cops. It's like the rest of the country, the young people want the cop to just fucking, why you hassle them? What? Here's what you do. You shut your car off. You put your hands where the cop can see them. I still can't believe they pull cars over at night or whatever. I still can't believe they do it the way they do with all the cops that get killed and shit. You'd think that was something they would change. If you want to reimagine the cops, they should be reimagining how they do their jobs, I say you friggin' get out of the car if you're the cop. You tell back up every time. Wait till another cop car pulls in front so he's pinned in. They still walk up to cars at night with tinted windows, and it's fucking crazy. It's only going to get worse with all the, all these beautiful people pouring over the border with an 8th grade education, and it'll be great. Don't worry about it, libs. You'll keep winning. It was a tragedy. It was a progression of sadness for me, said Winstrom, a former Chicago police commander who cited the need for transparency in connection with the incident. From my view of the video, taser was deployed twice. Taser did not make contact, Winstrom said, and Mr. Loya was shot in the head. However, that's the only information that I have. For the second straight night, chants of Black Lives Matter and no justice, no peace filled the streets of Grand Rapids as protesters, I did comedy there, Prince died that morning. Ooh, that's all I remember. Grand Rapids, and that was the morning Prince died. Rallied against the police department, accusing it of deploying excessive force and racism against the uncooperative suspect, according to footage shared by WWMTV and those MMTV. And these people ought to do.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Protest is his video throwing shit at the cops.
Problem. You're the fucking problem. You fucking Dr. White, onking jamrag, ucking spunk bubble. I'm telling you, H, you keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground up.
You're the problem, protesters, you ignorant motherfuckers. Why don't you walk in a cop's shoes for a day? You couldn't. You wouldn't. But you can hold your camera up like little bitches. Love to judge people. This country is mentally ill. Literally, as a collective. We need a shrink for a whole country. I don't know. All right, that's it for the week, ladies and gentlemen. Good week. Had a good time. Where am I? End of May, I got to go up to Levittown, New York. I know that. Governor's, my old haunt. And then the next night I do was it Chester, New York? I don't know. You'll see the dates. But, I got a couple weeks off before I get on a plane again. Before I go, I want to thank you guys, the contributors. One-time contributions. Lance Larrabee.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Come back later tonight. We will have another live stream. I'll fix my hair and put some makeup on. We'll do something. I don't know what yet. I'm going to try to go back to sleep. I'm so tired. I want to cry. I just can't get enough sleep. But thank you guys for being with me. Callie Karen, please make sure you screenshot your receipt for your Cash App to redpill_rage@protonmail.com. Crop out any personal information. I don't need to see any of that. I just need to see the dollar amount so I can put you in my book. All right. Thank you so much. And y'all come back at like 9 or 10 tonight. All right. Make sure your notification bells are turned on. Thank you.